I wouldn't go up to you and say, hey, my name is Tor, what's your name? And you would say, Julia. And then I would say, cool, Julia, can you buy me a beer? That's rude, right? And that's what people do. They go out there online and they are begging for favors. They are begging for tweets. Basically, there are three questions that people are immediately asking themselves when they hit your website or blog. It's like, who are you? What the heck can you do for me? And why should I care? Because and that's natural because like we are getting information overflow now. So in order to really stand out, you really need to be very focused on how you can help your audience. And when you do that, as I said before, like consistently over and over and over again, people will notice.
Hello, and welcome to The Right Podcast, your source for inspiration in content writing, marketing, and strategizing. Every week, I come on and share entrepreneurial stories, online writing tips, content strategy help, and more to impact your life and habits as a content marketer. Welcome to the show. First, a brief message from our sponsor. November 2nd, the SCJ Summit in New York City is going down. This is a one-day conference tailored for search marketers that you won't want to miss. Listen as Mail Ohai, the tech lead at Google, walks attendees through using the latest features in Google's mobile search. Plus, there's 10 other intensive sessions and 6 Q&A panels. Use exclusive coupon code EXWSCJ to get 15% off your tickets at bit.ly/SCJ savings. You can grab this coupon code and the link from the podcast recap posted in the show notes. And now back to the episode. Hello and welcome to episode 16 in The Right Podcast. In today's episode, I'm talking to Tor Refsland, an award-winning blogger and entrepreneur who's been on the fast track to success online. He's the creator behind TimeManagementChef.com, and in just 12 months, he's won several awards for his outstanding blogs, including the most epic category in John Morrow's blog, Boost Blog Traffic. I'm so thrilled to have you on the show today, Tor.
Thanks, Julia. That was quite the intro. I was just like, oh gosh, who is this guy? Like, this guy has to be awesome.
Oh, that's great. You know, you've built a reputation up for yourself, and it's amazing because it takes a long time, to build up a presence online, but you've only been doing this for about 12 months. Is that right?
Yeah. So time is flying by. So now I've been doing it for about 18 months. But,
okay.
I've been hustling like crazy and it was really challenging to build my brand, but I just knew that like the only way that I had to do it was basically just to see take a look at the people who are hugely successful, like for instance, Brendan Burchard, Evan Pagan and John Morrow and Yara Starak and other kind of legendary people in the space. And basically what it's all about, and also Evan Carmichael, which is also one of my big inspirations. And basically what people have been doing, like the ones that are really killing it now, is when it started out, it's all about content marketing. And then people can ask, what is really content marketing? Content marketing is to provide awesome value for free first. And you do that over and over again. And so kind of one of my secret sauces is to over deliver in every single interaction. Like even if I talk to someone at an event, like I'm going to over deliver like there is no tomorrow. If there's in a tweet or in a blog post or in an email or if I'm creating a course, it doesn't matter. It's just to kind of over deliver and by really putting your audience first. And do that consistently, because when you do that, people will notice that you're not just one of the other people around there. You're kind of up to something big, if that makes sense.
Exactly. I think that's an amazing definition, just to round up great content marketing. The people that are doing that today are the people that stand out. So you hit the nail on the head.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about how you got started into blogging and what you're doing today, just a little backstory.
Yeah, sure. So basically, I used to work for one of the biggest companies in Norway, earning six figures. And then I kind of, I was really fed up because I was just spending my time extinguishing fires, which are like high critical issues that other people had created, and I was Mr. Fix-It, so I had to, go and fix it. So, and then I was just like, okay, like, I know that I'm like helping a lot of people with, being in this company, but still this isn't kind of why I was placed on this earth. So, so it kind of dawned on me that, okay, I've been, working like crazy for over 2 decades, kind of helping, the owner of companies to build their dreams. So I was thinking, heck, why can't I just do the same for myself? So that's when I was figuring out that I wanted to start my own business. So I wanted to go online, and I just started with timemanagementchef.com with productivity, even though, and this is very important, even though I was really passionate about marketing. But I didn't want to become one of those fake experts that would be like, oh, I will teach you how to build an email list of 10,000 subscribers. But please don't ask me how many subscribers I have, because it's only me and my mother. So, so it had to be something that I was really good at, so I could kind of build my business around my strength, like straight out of the gate. That was productivity. So when I was working for one of the biggest companies in Norway, I was able to quadruple my productivity, which means that I was able to do in 2 hours what I used to do in 8 hours. So I was just like, okay, I'm totally killing it with this. Obviously, I can help people with this. And so it started with productivity. And long story short, after I've been doing it for almost a year, Julia, I had then featured on over 100 top blogs. I had built an email list of 3,000 subscribers organically, and I have won a few awards. So the influencers I knew and my peers, they kind of perceived me as a success online. But I felt like a total fraud because I wasn't earning the money that I felt that I should compared to all the hard work that I had put in. So this was actually 3 days before my 1 year anniversary, and I was really struggling. I was really having a hard time because I have a baby daughter and my lovely future wife, and I had been doing this for almost a year, and I wasn't able to pull in the income that I should. So I needed to basically grow some balls and step up my game. And I decided to do something that was really scary. I decided to reposition myself and my brand in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
So I was going to go from the productivity guy to something else, but I didn't know what it was going to be, but I know that I needed to do something. And it was totally crazy, I promise you. This is not something that I kind of would recommend people to do to do this, but anyway. So
that's amazing.
So I started to think, okay, what have other people given me compliments for? And then it started to dawn on me that people were saying like, Tor, you know so many influencers, you know almost everybody, and all those kind of comments. And I was just like, well, I guess I'm kind of good at it. So, okay, let's try to do this. So I decided to reposition myself as the go-to guy when it comes to teach people how to network with influencers online and build deep relationships and take it to the next level by creating win-win situations. So the first thing that I had to do was that I reached out to a few of the influencers that I knew to see if I could get a testimonial from them, because that would kind of be the first verification that I was on the right track. So I got big names like Evan Carmichael, John Morrow, Yaros Darak, Jamie Masters, and John Lee Dumas to give me testimonial on my blogger outreach skills. And I was, okay, this is really awesome, but I still need to make the transition and show people that, hey, I can show you, I can teach you how to increase this skill, network with influencers online, but I can also show you that you can earn more money in your business with this particular skill. If I wasn't able to make that bridge, it would just be like fluff and fairy dust, right?
Exactly.
So I decided to go on a mission and do something that was even crazier. I turned myself into a human guinea pig. And my project was that I was going to reach out to people I did not know online, start an engagement, get them on Skype, over-deliver like crazy, and see if I could get people to pay me money. And this worked out. So I started to get people to pay me from $500 to $1,500 per month by using this tactic. So in less than 3 months, I built a coaching business from $0 to $3,000 per month in less than 3 months.
Wow.
By just doing that a few hours per week. But that was just to prove to people that there was proof in the pudding. And then I did something else. So it was all about, I wanted to prove to people that a big email list, it's not really that important. It's more important how targeted your email list is. So I created something that I called the pre-free technique. So Derek Halpern from Social Triggers, he talks about before you create a digital product, you should create a free product to see if there's a demand in the market. And I was just like, okay, they're totally cool, but I don't want to waste my time creating a free product before I know that this is something people want. So I created something I call the pre-free technique, which is basically that you create an opt-in form with copy, picture of your free course and headline and everything. And you say, listen, I'm going to launch a course called A. It will teach you to do B. Limited spots. Sign up now. And I published a blog post to see if this worked. And my goal was to get 100 subscribers to that specific list in a short period of time. That would kind of mean that, okay, I needed to create this free course. So I published the blog post and I got those 100 spots filled within 8 hours. And then it was, okay, this is something people want. Okay, cool. I'm on track. And when people got on my email list, I basically said, listen, I need you to do 2 things for me right now. Number 1, what's the biggest struggle on the topic? And number 2, in which format do you want the course presented in? And they basically told me, Julia.
Wow.
And then in my email number 2, I said, listen, it's going to be impossible for me to teach you everything I know about this topic in this free course, but I promised you a great course and I will over-deliver. However, at the end of this free course, you will get the opportunity to join my advanced course where I will be teaching you everything I know about this topic. And since you're a charter member, you will get it for a discounted price. And then I said, I just wanted to be totally transparent about that. And people were like, Tor, that you are cool. You're transparent. You say you're going to sell me something at the end and I want to buy it.
Wow.
So I basically built a very highly targeted list on 777 subscribers in 3.5 months organically. Then I did a launch and I pre-sold my course before I had created anything. Of course, I knew what it was going to be about, but I hadn't created the course and it generated $6,000 in sales.
Wow. So what kind of material did you create for the course? Was it just video content or PDF content? For the free course or the paid course? Both. How did that differ?
Yeah, good question. So the free course was out. I thought I need to kind of create a minimum viable product. And the thing is that people already told me in which format they want the course in. They wanted it in text, right? So then I gave them in text. If the majority would have said videos, I would have to give them in videos.
That's good.
But some people are like, oh, you know what? I watched this Brent Bouchard guy. He has 2 million followers on Facebook and he only does videos. So I will start doing videos too. Well, his audience is different. And that's the kind of a thing. True. It's not about what you want to do for your audience. It's what they want from you. Like, what type of content do they want? In which format do they want the course presented in? And that's kind of like what I found is the secret to growing your tribe very fast is removing your ego completely from the equation. You don't really matter. It's not your blog. As one of my mentors, John Morrow, says, you're just a caretaker for the blog. You're just there to serve them.
That's great. I wish more bloggers would look at it like that. That's the truth.
They have to fall on their face several times, and I did, so yeah.
True. I'm not gonna lie, that's happened to me.
And that's totally normal. And just to reply to the other question is that the paid course, it's a little bit of several things because I really want to kind of hit the depth in the course. So it's videos. It's kind of screen sharing, me explaining exactly how I was able to build a good relationship with influencer A, and then showing these tactics with screenshots and swipe files and everything. So I would basically say that, yeah, it's one of the best courses out there ever created on how to network with influencers online, and how to build deeper relationships and take it to the next level by creating win-win situations. And when I created that course, I actually did something else that was kind of crazy because I really wanted to prove to people that I was doing the work. So I reached out to influencers and asked them about picking their brain about how they network with influencers themselves when they started out, how they do it now, and how building relationships has helped them grow their business. And it's a huge ask because it's limited exposure, right? So it's a really huge freaking ask. Yeah. And I got people like Neil Patel, I got Yara Stark, John Lee Dumas, I got Danny Inney. I recently got one of my mentors, James Wedmore, to say yes. And I got like over 40 influencers explaining exactly how they did that when they started out, do it now, and how it has helped them grow the business. And even when I'm saying it, I still kind of can't believe it. But yeah,
wow.
A lot of cool stuff happens when you hustle the smart way. So,
oh, that's amazing. Yeah, just to get those people, turn their heads. That's incredible. I won't, ask you to spill all your secrets because that should be in your course. But tell me how you approach those influencers, reaching out on Twitter or sending an email. Is there a bad practice to avoid? Is there a better way to do it than just a shout out?
Yeah. So a very good question. So basically kind of my philosophy, around how to network with people online, regardless if it's influencers, peers, or rising stars. It's just that it would basically be the same way that you would reach out to a person in real life. And people are like, well, that sounds too simple. Well, it's not really that hard. And then like, note, if you know how to do it in real life. Because basically what happens is that once people sit like in front of their laptop or their Mac, it's almost like they become like retarded. It's just like, I'll just ask him to share my tweet. They don't know me. Like, what the heck? That's a way to like really burn your bridges. Yeah. So it would basically be like if you and me met at the event, and then there was kind of this, we went to a bar with a lot of people afterwards, and I wanted to connect with you. So I wouldn't go up to you and say, hey, my name is Tor. What's your name? And you would say Julia. And I would say, cool. Julia, can you buy me a beer? That's rude, right? And that's what people do. They go out there online and they are begging for favors. They are begging for tweets. Or that's some of the best ones. Like, hey, I never reached out to you before, but by the way, awesome blog. Can you please read through my 250 pages and give me a feedback? Like, seriously? So it's kind of the other way around. So back to the metaphor around the bar. So what I would do, I would say, hello, my name is Tor. What's your name? You would say Julia. And I would say, awesome, Julia. Can I buy you a beer?
The other way around. That's good.
Yes. And very few people do that. And then people are like, but Tor, you probably have some kind of awesome ninja strategy that you will tweet their stuff on day 1. You will tweet them again on day 15. And at day 29, like, exactly 23:11, you will ask them to tweet your stuff. And I'm just like, are you crazy? That sounds like a person that people in the white coats will come and get, right? And it's basic, and this might sound a bit silly, but it's basically just by providing value, and then you provide value again and again without expecting or asking for anything in return. And you do that consistently. And then people are like, but seriously, if you do that, how can you know if you will get anything in return? You don't know. That's the good thing about it. But like in 99% of my cases, like people notice me and they will kind of do almost everything in their power to help me because I have given. And just because you're a cool guy or a cool gal, like you immediately stands out. Trust me.
I can say that's 100% true because that's exactly what happened and why you're on my podcast. Yeah, I noticed the content you put out and it's better than a lot of bloggers that I read. And, you know, I'm like, okay, I have to get this guy on my podcast. So you're right. It works.
I'm so glad I'm not on camera now because then you would see me blush. Thanks a lot for your kind words. I really appreciate it.
No, absolutely. You know, I think it's what you said about how easy that can be. That's missed by a lot of people because they do think it's a magical strategy or something crazy, but it's really like you're in a coffee shop and you should treat it like that. Or at the bar, you should treat them like a friend. That's one strategy that we've been teaching in our writing team as a way of writing truly engaging content. You want to talk to the reader like they're your friend. This is not a magical strategy. It really is just talking to a friend.
Absolutely. And that's the best way to build your tribe. Like people don't come to your blog to read about how awesome you are, even though you're awesome. They come to your blog and read, okay, how can you help me? So basically there are three questions that people are immediately asking themselves when they hit your website or blog. It's like, who are you? What the heck can you do for me? And why should I care?
Exactly.
Because that's natural because like we are getting information overflow now. So in order to really stand out, you really need to be very focused on how you can help your audience. And when you do that, as I said before, like consistently over and over and over again, people will notice. They will know that Julia, they will know that Tor is there for the long run. And that when you over deliver again and again and again, it's just like, hey, seriously, no one could put on this kind of act because it takes so much time that would just be crazy. Like, perhaps that person just likes to give, right?
I wish it was that way. So just to wrap this up, your free course that just launched, it's called How to Blog Outreach Like a Boss. And I've actually signed up for it and I love everything you share. So all our listeners that are listening, where can they go and find that course?
Thanks a lot for asking, Julia. So the course, as you said, is called How to Blog Outreach Like a Boss. And it's the best free course out there on how to genuinely connect and build good relationships with influencers online. And they can find it at timemanagementchef.com/Julia.
That is perfect. I love it. So that's timemanagementchef.com/Julia, right?
Indeed.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Tor, and just letting me pick your brain a little bit and sharing so much great stuff for our audience.
The pleasure is all mine. I had a blast.
I had a blast talking to Tor today about content marketing. You can go follow him on Twitter at Tor Refsland, and you can get his free ebook, How to Blog Outreach Like a Boss, at timemanagementchef.com/Julia. And now, a message from our sponsor. Meet me and 5 of my staff members from Express Writers this November 2nd at the SEJ Summit in New York City. This is a one-day conference tailored for search marketers, featuring several experts from Google and other industry experts speaking in a full day of 11 sessions and 6 Q&As. I'll be there giving away 25 free copies of my bestseller, So You Think You Can Write? The Definitive Guide to Successful Online Writing. Grab 15% off your tickets now using exclusive Write Podcast coupon code EXWSEJ at bit.ly/SEJ savings. You can also check out the podcast recap to grab the link and coupon code on expresswriters.com/episode-15. See you in New York City this November 2nd. Thanks so much for listening to the Write Podcast. For more episodes, go to expresswriters.com/write-podcast. See you on the next one.